Hey guys, welcome back. I just want to make a quick video on Rust. It's a new game that came out, or I wouldn't say new, but it's relatively new, aka it's still in alpha. Speaking of alpha, let me turn that off. That's not how you turn that off. No, that's it. You can turn that off with that right there. If you press F1, it brings up the console. This is made by Gary Newman, same guy that made Gmod. Unlike Gmod, instead of opening console with tilde, it's F1. I guess it's a little bit simpler that way. But anyway, that's not what I'm here to talk about. I want to do kind of a review on the game. I've been playing for an hour so far, and I've already got 12 hours. I've had the game since last night. I pulled an all-nighter playing this game for the past 12 hours. That is how much I like this game. I'm going to give this game a 5 out of 5, even though it's an alpha. So let's just jump right into it. It says Quanix Gamers here. That is our server. By our, I mean the Quanix gaming community. I'm going to link to the YouTube channel. It's a community that I am a part of, and that I co-founded somewhat. Basically, it's just a community for gamers, which is all that matters. We have a DayZ server and a Rust server. But since DayZ isn't as developed right now, we're not going to keep paying for the DayZ server, and we probably will keep paying for this one. It's a lot cheaper also, and Rust is a lot more developed. So, Quanix Gamers, that is the, let me just connect from the server real quick. Quanix Gamers, that's our server. It's called English Preferred, because when we opened the server, there were a lot of people speaking Russian, Chinese, Korean, and it's not that we have anything against that. It's just, as admins, we're going to need to be able to communicate with players in order to communicate the rules and so on. So, anyway, let's get right into it. If you want to connect to our server, you're not going to be able to find it in these. Well, you'll be able to find it, but it's going to take you quite a while to look for Quanix Gamers in the 94 pages here. So, we've got the modded, you got the community, friends, history, and it's on my history, obviously. But if you want to connect, here's how you're going to connect. I'm going to put the IP in the description. It is moving my phone, sorry, connect, space, and then the IP, which is 69.162.80.90 colon 28095. And that'll connect you to our server. So you'll wait a little while it gets everything loaded up. I'll close out of the console right there. It's lagging right now because of the loading screen. And there we go. Alright, so we're on the server. You can tell we're on the correct server because I do have my stuff on me. So, basically, this is an amazing game. Now, I don't want to give away my position. If you're going to be playing on this server, I don't want to give away our position so that we're easily raided. So I'm going to hop on a separate server. Let's go to a modded server, because why not? Let's see. Let's go to this one. It's a PvE, no raiding server. I will warn you, ours is PvP, and there's airdrops, and there's plenty of raiding. So if you're into that, come on over to our server for sure. It's going to be a lot of fun to be able to play with people, especially people who are subscribed to the channel. So, let's head right into things here. You've got your crates for storing stuff, and you got your wood piles. I'm gonna have to brighten this up because of YouTube. It's gonna darken it, but I'll lighten it up so you guys can see. You got your cliff faces. You got your little rocks, your pigs. Oh, that's a bear. You got your bears. Those will kill you in an instant. And then what these are is you can actually build fortresses. If you collect enough wood, you can build posts, ceilings, foundations, all kinds of stuff. And this map is basically all connected by one big road. This guy killed a bear. So you hatchet things like this. Right now I'm using my hand rock, which you spawn in with 2 bandages and this. I'm dying. Let's try and see if it'll kill this guy. No. It's aggro on me. Right. So I'm bleeding right now, so if I press 2 for the bandage, that will stop me from bleeding. Now, right now, I am cold. That's because I have no clothes on, as you can see. This is what I've just gotten from that bear that we were hatcheting with a rock. And now on most servers, you're not going to see this many buildings in one spot. There's this many buildings in one spot because it's PvE and there's no raiding on this one. On a raiding server, you're not going to see this much stuff around. Unless someone is foolish and doesn't know the game very well. So I suggest hiding your stuff in crevices, on top of like these rocks here. Stuff like that. And then you'll have a good time. As far as crafting goes, let's go ahead and show you this. When you press tab, it opens up your inventory. You can turn on your inventory and your armor, but you can also turn on your crafting, which is how you craft stuff. Everything that you craft does take time to craft, and these are the things you start out with. So you can automatically build a house with all these wooden things, although it takes tons of wood. But you don't have a lot of stuff. You can make a 9mm pistol, right? And you can make a hunting bow and a hatchet, hand cannon, pipe shotgun, right? You can make those things. That's cool. But those things aren't really any good. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to look for a town. And I don't know where a town is nearby, so I'm not going to spend the whole time looking for one. But when you find one, they've got these little raidable chest suitcase things. And you want to raid those for blueprints. And when you get a blueprint, you just right-click it, like I right-click that. And you can split things by right-clicking them. And they have special options. So like this one has eat, but a blueprint will have, and let me click out of that. But a blueprint will have learn, and when you learn it, it shows up in your crafting area, and you can now craft that item. So that is probably one of the key aspects to this game. You're definitely going to want to get blueprints. Otherwise, you're not going to have anything to defend yourself. You can also get guns from these towns, paper, research kits. And the thing about research kits is research kits, actually, if you've got an item, let's say an M4, right? And you don't have the blueprint, and you're afraid of losing this M4. What you can do is if you have paper and a research kit, when you're at a crafting bench, which there's none around me, but if I was at a crafting bench right here, I could go here, and if I had, let's say this is a piece of paper here, this piece of chicken's a piece of paper. This piece of chicken is the research kit. If I drag this research kit onto the M4, which is this piece of chicken, everything is chicken. If I drag it on there, instead of stacking, it would say, you can now craft blah blah blah, and it would get rid of that. Which, now I'm poisoned because I ate a raw piece of chicken. Ew, just puked on the ground. So that's what happens when you eat raw chicken. Word to the wise. Don't eat raw chicken. Now if you use bandages, I think that heals that. It also heals if you're bleeding. And a few other things. Maybe. It might just be bleeding, that was coincidental. I'm still getting hit, actually, by the poison. So I think what it did is it took off the status effect, but I'm still actually technically poisoned. And 1 second. Alright, sorry about that. I had a cough, allergies acting up. So, you're also going to want a fireplace. This is how you cook your food. Then, this is how you set your spawn point, is with a bed, just like Minecraft. These are wood foundations, these are pillars, that's ceiling. These are ceilings. You can also make stairs, ramps, doors, wooden doors, metal doors. All kinds of cool, crazy stuff. And this is a world of crafting. The crafting's a bit glitchy. It is alpha. And also when you're building in a world where it's not everything is a set cube area, like from here to here is a cube, like that's not a set area in this game. In this game you can place something anywhere that is a viable spot. And by that I just mean if there is no intruding objects in the way, it can be placed. And so you can actually mess up your crafting if you don't plan out your crafting the right way. What I mean by that is, let's say there's stuff all right here, right? So you've only got this little open area, and you want to make the most out of it. So you want to make a big house. You can fit 3 plus 2 more foundations in here, technically. And you accidentally place 1 foundation here instead of here. Well, now you've screwed up, and you can only have 2 foundations instead of 3. And you have not reached your maximum potential because it is, again, no set blocks. So since there's not set blocks, you really got to watch how you're placing down your wooden things, or anything that can be placed, I should say. Now, to give you an idea of the things, I will go back to our server. This will take a second. One important thing to note, if you do indeed log off, you will pass out. So make sure you pass out somewhere if you have stuff on you where you don't think you're going to die. If you don't have a shelter, log out somewhere where there is nothing important, I guess. So let me show you this real quick. Right, so you've got your building stuff, you've got your food, which I can eat that. You got your med kits, your bandages, your different types of guns, your rad suits, and you have different types of clothing. So leather has better bullet and melee and stuff like that. It just has some basic protection, which is better than the cloth, which is 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10 all the way down. And then this is Kevlar, which is better than these, except for keeping out cold. They're not as good at keeping out cold, but that's not really that important. The cold doesn't really matter at all, I don't think. At least not yet. It might in the future. What a rad suit does is it keeps out radiation a lot better. So it keeps out explosion, radiation, and cold, but it sucks at protecting you from melee damage and bullet damage. So you really just want to wear that when you're going to be exploding stuff and when you're going to be going into a radioactive zone. Now you know you're going into a radioactive zone when this down here, these rads down in the bottom right hand corner, when that number starts going up and you hear like a crackling noise, you know you're in a rad zone and you want to get out. So here's what blueprints look like. Here's anti-rad pills that'll take down your rads if they start getting too high. Again, medkits. Here's your paper for if you get one of those research kits. And then you got your grenades, you got your ammos for your M4s, you got your 9mm for your pistols, you got your shotgun ammos for your shotguns, and your 9mm for your MP5s, and your explosives to make explosive charges, and you've got your storage chests and your bed and your doors and your walls and your ceilings and your everything. You got everything. Your crafting benches with these little bags on them, which, by the way, you make those with 10 leather, and they are called small rations. And you got your small storages and your big storages, which big storages you have to find the stuff for. You got your mods that you can attach to your guns, which these little white boxes, or clear white boxes, outlined boxes, there we go. Here's some more stuff in leather and all that. Those little boxes fill up when you put an attachment on something. So, as you can see, I have a silencer, a laser, a red dot sight, and a flashlight. Flashlights are important because you can use them infinitely as compared to the torch you spawn in with, which I have one on me. It does better lighting, which is good, but it has 250 seconds on it that you're able to use it, so that's not necessarily good. And Also, you have a better hatchet and better pickaxe than this hand rock, which is why I'm throwing that on the ground. I don't need that or want it. Because that is very slow and is not very useful. So basically everything is eventually upgradable. And here's my arrows to my bow. And a bow is a long-ranged silent shot. Although it doesn't shoot as straight as a gun, so you have to like aim up and stuff, and there's not a crosshair, so you have to be very careful with the way you aim this. And the longer you aim it, eventually your guy will just put the arrow away by himself, which is actually kind of a good thing if you don't want to make a shot. Although, if you do have your if you have your arrow drawn, and you press like 2, it'll pull out your gun without shooting, so no big deal there. So, yeah, that's pretty much Rust in a nutshell. If I missed anything, you guys can let me know, but this was just kind of a short, probably wasn't very short, actually. This was kind of just a little review of the game. It's a very good game. I am enjoying it a lot. And actually, after I'm done with this review, I'm going to continue playing some more. So, hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys buy the game. I think it's 20 bucks on Steam. And I hope you guys come and play with us, because this is a very fun server. Make sure you hide yourself, though, because we will raid you. We show no mercy. So, thanks you guys so much for watching. If you liked the video, go ahead and leave a like. And if you want to see more content like this, as in basically more survival type games, because I'm doing DayZ, random DayZ stuff, and I might do some Rust stuff as well. And Minecraft is survival game, kind of technically, and I play that. These are just my favorite games. I might do some Don't Starve, but survival games. If you want to see more survival-esque games, go ahead and subscribe. Just making sure my mic's not muted. Go ahead and subscribe, because you'll be able to see whenever I come up with new videos. So thank you guys so much for watching. Can't wait to see you guys in the next one. Bye!